In Chennai, several areas remain waterlogged for the fifth day, while the red alert has now been lifted and the airport has resumed arrivals. Why does the city go through this every time rainfall is more than average, and what should have been done to prevent such a situation in the future? That's coming up in our discussion. First, this report.
An elderly woman requiring medical help rescued by boat as residents in this low-lying pocket of Velachery in South Chennai woke up to knee-deep to waist-deep waters. It rained about 16 centimeters overnight, 11 centimeters above normal as the depression over the Bay of Bengal approached the coast.
இனிமே யாரும் உதவி கேட்டால் அவங்களுக்கு உதவி செய்யறதுக்காக நாங்க தயார் நிலையில திரும்ப எனக்கு இப்ப இறங்கி நின்றா இடுப்பு அளவுக்கு தண்ணி இருக்குது இன்னும் போக போக அங்க ஆள டெப்த் கூட இருக்குது.
These are traditional low lying areas. During every monsoon you see so much of flooding here, and look at this, water has entered all these homes. In fact, this house is shut now, but water has gone inside, and this is the case everywhere. This is part of the IT corridor in Chennai. Several communities from IT professionals like Rishi, meat seller Zubin and ordinary workers had to wade through waters.
Trying to stay outside only because we are feeling not safe.
The Narayanapura Lake at Pallikarna is overflowing. This road connecting the IT corridor and the Chennai airport is shut. Authorities have asked residents around the lake to vacate as the overflowing water has entered homes and shops. One reason are high-rises like these, which have come up on the catchment area, giving no space for water to drain away. It seems there are few lessons learned from the 2015 floods.
The urban growth, you cannot stop it because 80% of population is going to live in urban areas in next 20-30 years. It is going to have, we have to pay a price for that. So definitely, I'm paying a price now.
The city has already received 100% higher than the average 25 centimeters rain for October. Met Office says rains will ease after the depression lands later this evening. With Suresh in Chennai, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
Well, joining us now is Saravanan, the DMK spokesperson, and Anjal Prakash. He's an author who looks very closely at climate change. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Yeah.
Mr. Saravanan, let me come to you first.
Yes.
What's really changed since 2015 is what any number of people in, for example, Chennai are asking. How would you respond?
Yeah, see, nothing has changed, Vishnu. The problem is so much of money has been spent from 2015, almost around 5,000 crores. Prior to 2015, there were the stormwater drains which were built by the British, which was more than sufficient. We never had such deluges. But after 2015, people have woken up to this new thing of climate change and extreme climate situations, extreme rains, extreme weather conditions. So after 2015, the then ADMK government has gone into it. So a lot of money has been given by the central government, the banks.
Yeah, but what is the impact of that, sir, is my question.
That is where I'm coming.
There doesn't seem to be any impact.
Yeah, that is the whole problem. They have spent 5,000. The previous ADMK government has spent 5,000 crores, and there is no impact on the ground. Imagine spending 5,000 crores and the same situation. And let us also not forget that the rains this time are a little bit different in the sense that from last Sunday until now, only now there is some respite from the rains. It has been continuously raining, almost 40 centimeters in 5 days. This is not average, above average. This is extremely above average, and this is an extreme situation. But when we are speaking about that kind of money being spent, then this kind of exigencies should have been taken into account, and there should have been a foolproof system which ensures even if it is going to be 50 centimeter rain or 60 centimeter rain, there should be a way for it to drain.
Okay, let me just go across to Anjal Prakash. Mr. Prakash, every city has its capacity. Drainage systems are one aspect. Construction on catchment areas is always bad news. Is Chennai in a situation right now where this is something which is bound to keep happening because it's been overbuilt in areas where it should not have been?
Vishnu, the issue of infrastructure and the kind of unplanned urbanization is one, but I would like to focus here on larger issues of climate change. You look at the disaster which has started this year itself. We had Chamoli disaster followed by Cyclone Yas, Cyclone Takute. We have floods in Kerala, and we have to understand that all these issues are interlinked. Now this is after 6 years in 2015. Can you hear me? Yeah. So in 2015, the flood which has led havoc in Chennai, and this is 6 years after that. We have a similar event which is happening.
Mr. Prakash, I'm going to come back to you. The line's bad. We'll fix that line, come back to you. Mr. Saravanan, do you believe that this is only linked to climate change? Even if it is, what exactly can your government do at this stage?
Yes, Vishnu. See, definitely these events. See, Chennai used to witness rains, heavy rains. Last 100 years, there were so many floods, so many flooding events, so many cyclones which has destroyed Chennai. But right now, what we are looking at is, in 2015, they said it was once in a 100-year event. And 5 years later, we are almost near that event. So definitely this climate change. And the thing is this, now we have to anticipate that this is going to be the norm. Every other year there is going to be 50 centimeter rain or 40
hands up in the air, there's nothing else that you can do.
No, it's not that. I'm coming to that, Vishnu. We have taken charge last 6 months, and what we can do in the last 6 months, we have done that. We have desilted, we have ensured there are no clogs or stoppage inundations in the canals which drain the water. That is what we have done, but that was not sufficient. So we'll have to do something else. And the government, the Chief Minister has announced that he will look into this particular issue, the way that 5,000 crores, where it has gone and how we can augment the system. Okay. What the earlier government has done is, they have not aligned it with the earlier system. The earlier system was nearly perfect. The British stormwater drains, they did not align the new drainage system, what they have built, with the British system, what was there in vogue.
Okay, I take that point. I want to go back to Mr. Prakash. We've got his line. Sir, you were talking about the larger link to climate change. The thing is, sir, it's difficult to ask this question because one could say that this is a one-off weather phenomena. Or is this, in Tamil Nadu, part of a larger problem in terms of climate events?
Yeah. So I was saying before we went into a break is that these freak weather events have been an interlinked event. If you look at it from the Himalayas, what is happening to our coastal cities, what is happening to our, semi-arid regions, all these issues are interlinked. Now, there's one report that I was part of in 2019, the IPCC report on oceans and cryosphere, that has very categorically said that, the frequency of these events will rise. And you have to see, Vishnu, that these are unprecedented events. And Mr. Saravanan has said very rightly that, say 300 millimeters or 200 millimeters of rainfall happening in just 24 hours is not something which is normal. So it's a new normal that we have to cater to. Now, issue of infrastructure, I would like to focus here is about climate resilient infrastructure. Now, this has been very much part of our debate in climate science and the IPCC reports. And we are saying that all the new projects and the older project has to take into account the climate, issues. And that is where the problem lies. And we really feel that this issue has to come up now. It's not too late that we wake up. There's a wake-up call. Each event is telling us to that.
All right. Well, each event is telling us that situation, and it is quite clearly a frightening situation over there. Mr. Saravanan, for people who are watching this program, can you give them an assurance that next year something will be done to prevent a situation like this, or even 2 years down the road?
Yes, Vishnu. That is what I was saying. The Chief Minister has assured. He had said so much of money had been spent. We have identified what are the issues. What are the issues that are plaguing the current system? We will be able to rectify that. This government has the will. Next year, probably 2 years down the line, we will see, even if it is going to be for 40 centimeters rain or 50 centimeter rain, we will ensure that there is a system in place which drains the water. Within a short period of time, there won't be waterlogging like this.
Vishnu, can I just come in here? Because this is a point that I would like to make here.
Go ahead.
Can I come in here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that what Mr. Saravanan is saying, I'm sorry to say, but I actually don't believe him, because this is going to happen year after year after year. And you will get me on the same program next year and you will find that the similar solution will be there. That is because the root cause of the problem is not being solved. And the root cause is that we need to take this as a climate crisis. And the crisis means that we have to go extra mile to deal with this crisis. And this is not at the level of Chennai. It is also about the pan-India problem that we are having. We are having events after events, and we have to deal with this in a very different way. Now, I just like to point out one issue is about the, where is climate change issues are going to. It is going to the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. In this whole issue, you have only one what I would say, the backyard desk in the Ministry of Environment, MOFTC, which deals with the issue. Now, environment and forest is definitely one issue, but climate change is a much bigger issue. You need coordination. Now, for example, here, the issue is about coordination with the urban infrastructure. At some point, when you have floods in the rural areas, it is about the coordination with rural development ministries.
And you believe, sir, that coordination is missing, and that we need to
Absolutely
step up
missing.
our efforts at dealing with this at the level of scientists and managers and governance as well. I take that point, sir. I think that's absolutely important. I don't think any of us disagree with that. I'm sorry I'm out of time on this program, but thank you, Mr. Prakash, very much for making that point. We'll take a short break at this stage. Hopefully the weather will clear up soon across large parts of Tamil Nadu, which remain flooded. Water levels will go down. Most importantly, hopefully there will be no loss of life.